Okay, we are doing a project at Stanford for travel. It's a kind of travel startup.
Nice.
We are a team of 15 people, and we want to do this social survey, understand. Our idea is pretty cool, that's what we think. But we want to see if there's a real potential in the we are gathering information on the key challenges which people face while planning their travel. So that really help us to build this app on
Okay.
this service and eventually get a traction on the startup. So,
Ooh.
so I have just four questions.
I was gonna say I might be the wrong person to ask about this.
Right. Let's see your
Yeah,
best
we'll
person.
see.
That's what we need out of the box thinking.
Totally.
Maybe the first question is: suppose you're visiting a place, a city, let us take Paris or Tokyo or New York. How would you plan your day-to-day travel trips while after reaching that city? What kind of services you use?
Sources. I would. I mean, obviously, I'd probably go to an internet cafe, or I'd use my phone if it worked. And I mean, with that at your disposal, it's amazing. But at the same time, it's like it seems so easy to do. It's like, do you actually want to go on a computer or your phone and like figure out what to do? It's like, no, dude, go interact with people, go socialize. So truthfully, like when I went to Ireland, Scotland, Amsterdam not too long ago, and when I was there, I didn't use any of that stuff. I would go to the little tourist welcoming whatever I don't know what they're called. I can't remember the name of it.
Concierge.
Yeah, the little tourist booth or whatever there was. And I would talk to those people, and truthfully, I would talk to people when I was out drinking at the bar, or if I was eating at a restaurant because I was there by myself. And I would talk to those people and be like, what is it in here that I should see? Like not as a tourist, like what are kind of the hidden gems, because that's the stuff that I really like. History too.
Right.
It's like I don't want to go to nightclubs. I don't want to go to stuff like that.
Usually, that kind of information is not available on internet. It's only locals can give that.
Yeah, and it's like that's the kind of stuff I want. Like when I went to this small little fishing village in Ireland, and they told me, I mean, there was just this large mountain out next to the little village, and I was like, what is there to do around here? And I couldn't see it from where I was, but they were like, oh, if you go to the top of this mountain, which there was nothing about it. They're like, if you go to the top of this mountain, there's a castle right on the other side. There's all this stuff. And it's like I never would have known about that looking. It wasn't on any of that stuff.
Right.
I just happened to talk to these people who were sitting out in front of a bed and breakfast. They were like sitting out there smoking a cigarette. So I feel like social interaction is the best way.
Right. So, what if there is a service which this kind of social interaction on your phone, just real time, anytime you can use it? Will you use
You're
it?
talking to people,
Yes, at the same like.
or is it
that
just information that people
it's
have
just
put on
information
there?
people, local people.
I mean,
who put
I'd use it, but truthfully, I just love human interaction.
What if there's a local, let us take in Ireland, a place where you go to, there's some guy who's interested to come with you, show the place.
Tour guide?
Not a tour guide, the local guy who's wants to interact with people, travelers. He can come with you and show the places. Will you encourage such service? It,
Yes and no.
okay.
I kind of like to do my own thing, and I don't want to have to wait around for like. And I like it because that person's from there, and they're like, okay, well, this is this, and they're explaining it to me. But at the same time, I mean, I spent most of the 2 months by myself. I like to go do things by myself. I don't want to have to worry about anyone else. And like, are we going here? Are we going there? It's like I can go wherever I want, whenever I want. But if they offered it, I would do it. Like I would totally
And
do
the
it.
second question is, what are the key challenges you have faced while checking the local information while you're on your trip to Ireland?
Key challenges?
What are the main challenges you face
Um,
in terms of your travel planning, or trips planning?
trips planning. I think sometimes uh, things are lost in translation,
Right.
and it's like things that Americans are used to, or things that whoever's used to.
Cultural difference.
Yeah, cultural differences, absolutely. And sometimes I would go places and I didn't know etiquette or this, and it's not like I'm American. Like going, I'm like, oh, George W. Bush, and I'm like drinking beers and like punching people, but like there were things that I didn't even realize I was doing that were like completely offensive in that culture, and I wish there had been something that was like, hey, don't do these things that you do on a daily basis,
Cultural sensitivity.
And that's pretty much it. It's just like cultural, sensitive little things like that that I
What
wish.
if the app has this kind of information of
That'd be
cultural
great.
sensitivity? You'll use it.
Yeah, I would totally use it.
Right. Awesome. And the third question is, if you're given a choice to use a mobile app or a web service, which you can customize in a real time based on your need and easy to use based on your, all it has is places of interest, how much of time you have,
So you
and the
customize it to
budget.
you, to your trip,
Yes.
to where you are, to where you want to go.
Yeah, and it just has all this information in the places of interest. You pick how much time you have,
Yeah.
how much budget you have,
Yeah.
and you search. That's it.
Oh, that'd be great.
Really interested in such an option?
Yeah, absolutely. If you were able to enter all that stuff, if you're able to enter your time of destination, how long you were there, how much money you had. Oh yeah, I would absolutely use that because when I was on traveling through Europe, when all that stuff, you're on a budget and you're going to like having to go to all these hotels or all these hostels, and it's like
And
trying
the
to find the
surprise.
place.
Yes.
You end up spending like half the day trying to find a place to stay.
Right.
It'd be nice if you could just enter it in and find that place right then,
Real
drop your
time,
stuff
on the
off,
need.
and then
Yes.
go do what you want to do.
Nice.
Go down to the hash bar and get super stoned in Amsterdam.
Right. And the last question: if there is a such service which has the personal assistant guide to you, it travels with you, it doesn't care whether you have signal or no signal, it's preloaded. Will you ever pay for such service on the mobile app?
While I was traveling,
Yes.
I would. I mean,
How much would you pay for this?
I'd pay for it. I probably wouldn't use it all the time. I would pay for it when I really needed it, like if I was in a sticky situation,
Right.
or if I really needed to use it. But I mean, if it was like $1.99, $2.99 download for an app, I would do it. I would do it. Like, why not? You spend $3, $2, and then you have it. It's like it's one-time payment, right?
Yes, just one time.
Yeah, I would totally.
Let's say you're
do it.
going to Ireland, you just get that Ireland city, just pay $3.99.
It's worth it.
It loads all the Ireland
Yeah.
information.
If it was like
preloaded.
$1.99 or $2.99, it's like you would
It
do
doesn't
that.
care whether it has a data plan or anything
Yeah.
because you're traveling international.
Yeah,
And all the time, just pick it up, search, and go.
I would do it. I would totally do it.
So will you tell more about yourself, who you are, what you do?
More about me.
Just your name and your profession.
My name is Jacob Horn. My passion. What am I passionate about? Surfing, the ocean, tea, filmmaking,